Welcome, Peaky Blinder episode 2, final season.
Yeah, if this is your first time to our channel, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell because oh boy, do we produce a whole load of content here. Now, we almost didn't review this today because obviously we reviewed episode 1 last week and we are huge leaky binders, as the
Sneaky grinders.
Every time I text Mark about it, some new weird spell check thing happens. So we're huge fans. We've been so excited about this new series. We found last week's episode at the beginning a bit impenetrable, but we got there.
Well, no, a lot of people are saying clearly we didn't watch it. I beg to differ. We did watch it, and there were so many threads and strands that were deeply, deeply confusing.
I suppose we watch a lot of stuff, so maybe it was just hard for us to remember from the previous series. But this episode...
Right.
We spent the entire episode going, what?
Yeah.
What bucket? Why has he got to carry a bucket? And why does he want her to carry a bucket?
Why are they at the Oswald Mosley Nazi thing? But
So we actually said, we don't think we can review it because we didn't understand it. And then I said, I think we need to make a bit of a stab at it because we've been such huge fans.
Yeah, and so I read a recap of what happened in this episode.
You've read something?
Yeah.
Oh, so you now understand it?
It's as clear...
So I'm going to look like an idiot.
It's as clear as mud. If anything, it served to confuse me even more.
Let me think about some of the things I was confused
by.
Can
I just start by saying...
we can see whether you've discovered anything.
Can I just start by saying, Shelby's daughter is... We're
Ruby.
meant to think that she is haunted by the Grey Man. Who is the Grey Man? What is the Grey Man? Is she haunted by the ghost of Polly? Lots of gypsy superstition.
I thought she'd had a spell put on her. That's why I said, wear the thing, go to the thing.
And the possibility is that she has had a spell put on her. But I think in our last review, for some reason, you went for a more literal reason. And it's not a literal reason at all.
Well, I didn't go for a literal reason. I said she was having
No, you were saying who's the man on the phone, like it was a specific person and all that kind of stuff.
What man on the phone?
Anyway, I don't
Mark,
want to get...
I didn't talk about the man on the phone.
I don't want to get...
got confused. I was talking about Tommy.
I don't want to get confused about you. So ask us some questions and I'll strive to answer.
Okay. When he was talking to the Irish woman,
yes,
why was she terrified? I was looking forward to having her come back into the series because she was shit scared me in the first episode, and then she came like this withered little thing, all scared. I thought we were going to meet in a big crowd, and then he started talking about whether he should carry the bucket or she should carry the bucket. Then he started giving us a whole story on the meaning of life, and he's just in the middle of that. It's just a man working in an evil world.
But he created the name of a horse, moral turpitude.
Turpitude.
Great word. Great word. You know what? The one bit about the IRA woman...
has moral turpitude.
The one bit about the IRA woman that I can't tell you is why she looked scared. I don't quite understand why she looked threatened or scared. What I do know is she's looking more and more like an extra from Hello Hello. And she needs to sort that out.
Why does she keep wearing a beret?
I will say this only once. It's like...
I know, I kept
like
expecting her to talk in French.
Now, all I do know, there's a power struggle. And the IRA section, I just can't understand what her connection to it is.
She's got some goods that she wants him to sell.
I think she can facilitate. Yeah, but he's doing a deal between the Boston Irish gang. You've got Alfie, who's Tom Hardy, who's the Jewish gang, and then you've got the Nazis. Now the Nazis what confused me when we were watching it, why are they going to the Nazi sympathiser thing? Why are they staying close to the Nazis? What's that about? Now, apparently, the American guy that he meets in the church, who's the head of the Boston Irish gang...
Oh, my God. Well, I just lost the will to live in that bit. I don't know. I can't think of one word
to say. He is on a fact-finding mission for the President of the United States to see how progressed Nazification is in the UK.
So you really did go away and read? Because there's no way you knew that.
There's no way anybody knew that. Did you know that?
Did you know that?
I didn't know that. Maybe let's talk about some of our favourite scenes. I thought it was nice to have Arthur even more batshit crazy, though I have to confess,
He sobered up too quickly.
Yeah,
It was
thank you.
ridiculous.
Thank you. He slapped him around the face and suddenly he went off.
Slapped him around the face, gave him a white shirt, and suddenly he was compos mentis.
And what they did, which is what they do to celebrate, is they went off and smashed the faces in of a load of black shirts.
He was going to blind someone. He was going to blind someone.
That's a little
blind someone. He was going to blind it.
It's the Peaky Blinders.
It's the Peaky Blinders. I'm just a hard-working man in an evil world.
His hair was remarkable. I love his hair, Arthur. Anyway, so he was in there. The ghost of Polly was in there. We saw a lot of Shelby having epileptic fits and flashbacks to the Prussian soldier that he killed in the trenches.
What about all the other people he's killed?
What about all the other people?
I see what many. Why does he only keep thinking of one?
Well, but he did say he hasn't killed anyone for 4 years.
4 years. No, he hasn't had a drink for 4 years.
No, he also said, no, because the guy in the church said, you haven't killed anyone. And he said, I've only killed myself.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, remember that? Which I thought was a good part of it.
I do think the whole thing from the two women in his life's a bit shoehorned.
What, the sisters?
You just keep staring, you're not really in life, you're just looking at life. It's just a wee bit.
Who's that? What's that?
The sister and the wife are both doing the same thing. The wife, I think, is a brilliant actress. I love her.
Yeah. What I don't understand is the hold that Mosley has, if any, on Shelby. And I liked the little moment which he said to the IRA woman, you know, politics, communism, socialism and Nazism, politics is a circle that if you go far enough round, you reach the same end.
He kept saying, I've always said that.
No, but it's true. But what I was struggling to relate that to, what was he saying? He's at a national Nazified, is he Nazified? So he's basically, playing...
That's where he said his great line of the night, I'm just a man trying to work hard in a terrible world.
Yeah, but he's creating a very complex...
He's in the middle of the
He's
circle.
trying to play everyone off everyone in order to sell his pot of opium. That's basically the catch-all for all of this. He's playing the Americans, the Boston Irish, against the IRA, against the Nazis, and even against Alfie... No, not Alfie. What's the name of...
Tom Hardy.
It is Alfie, Tom Hardy. I thought Tom Hardy's scene was excellent.
I still didn't know what the hell they were talking about.
Well, I liked his little riff on opera and, how he loved opera.
It just didn't seem real.
And then he sat in his chair, and then Shelby was then kind of offering him sort of part of the deal to help the Jewish quarter or gangs outdo the Boston Irish. But I have to say, if I have a cause for concern, I think it's getting bogged down in this. It's becoming a little bit too complicated. It's a little bit like when Billions went a bit too technical. Or you found with Succession. It got a bit too business technicality.
We want the characters.
Dare I say,
I found it very wordy, this episode. And I found, actually, it was a little lazily produced. There was a lot of people just wandering and talking.
Do you think perhaps I felt the absence of Helen McCrory last night. I think it needs that sort of anchor. And although Shelby is obviously an anchor of sorts, he does do a lot of walking and he talks in a very, very deep voice. I mean, don't get me wrong, it looks lovely. The characters are incredibly well drawn, so they're very familiar. It has that sort of... I know that Stephen Wright, the creator, wanted to create a world. He's very inspired by Charles Dickens, and he wanted to create this world that was so intricate and detailed, but almost the detail overwhelmed the drama last night. And whilst you can make a stab at it, a stab at what's going on isn't as good as knowing exactly what's going on.
Yeah.
All I know is that Shelby is digging a bigger and bigger hole for him. But I guess that might be where the bucket comes in. But if the bucket has a hole, there was one whole long project. One of the sisters came back, right? I seem to remember one of the characters. Did his older sister, another sister, come back yet last night?
It's the same sister.
Is it the same sister?
The same sister was in it last week with the kids at the Christmas do.
Right.
She's just wearing Polly's clothes.
She seems quite sensible though, doesn't she?
Well, do you remember when she used to be a communist?
Yeah, exactly. What happened to that? And then, of course, we've got Oswald Mosley's... The interesting... Oh, and we've got...
She's a good new interesting character, Oswald Mosley's...
partner or mistress. Do you think you thought that old Shelby fancied her and she fancied him?
Well, that weird moment when they were
where the lights just went spotlights on them both. That was a bit weird.
Definitely going to have sex.
Oh, are they? Well, he has sex with everyone.
100%.
And then, of course, we had one moment with Anya Taylor-Joy in prison. Can I ask, why did she have the keys?
To show that her uncle is very well connected with the president.
But she promised him that they would have virtual sex at the same time every day.
Midnight and 5 a.m. Who had to get up at 5 a.m.?
I think he
No,
might.
no, she did.
But she said she'd always be there.
Because she said she wouldn't need an alarm. She'd just wake up
But I didn't
at
trust
5
her.
a.m. to
I
have
didn't believe
virtual
her.
sex.
Yeah, virtual sex. That's the only way you could do
Wish
it.
he'd take his moustache off. It doesn't look
He does
real.
need a shave. It's like
But
a
he's a
teenage.
good-looking
It's like a
chap.
teenage boy's
That bum
moustache.
fluff.
So there you go, guys. I hope we've made it clear. I hope you feel a bit.
If we have made it clear, can you tell us how we have and tell us what we're thinking? Because we still don't
For
understand.
Peaky Blinders, none of it is blindingly obvious. So yeah, tell us where we're wrong, fill in the gaps, and help.